What if you're not actually lazy? What if you've never been lazy? Because we hear it all the time. Oh, I'm having a lazy day. I'm feeling lazy. That person's lazy. But what if that's a lie? What if no one's ever been lazy? Because what if what we attribute laziness is actually a lack of motivation? Because there are no lazy people. There are only unmotivated people. Human beings are capable of doing amazing, extraordinary things if we were only motivated to do so. And yet we look at laziness as some sort of negative that's almost unchangeable. Rather, a lack of motivation means that we need a deeper drive for it. Looking at it in terms of motivation puts our perspective in a way that we can actually shift it, improve it, create new things, rather than shunning the lazy person, finding new, deeper, richer ways to motivate that individual. So what if the notion of lazy people is actually doing far more harm than it ever would do good? Because actually looking at it through a lens of motivation gives you the power to motivate yourself or to motivate that individual. Because the truth is, we've all felt lazy before. And yet somehow, while we stare at that pile of dirty dishes in the sink like it's Mount Rushmore itself, we can still go to a concert and dance around. We can still go out and get some food and have a good time. Because the truth is, it doesn't really have anything to do with laziness. It's all about your motivation. And so we may not be motivated to wash all those dirty dishes. It's going to take a while, it's going to be unpleasant. But we'll certainly be motivated to go have a good time, to go play around, to go party. Because that promises good feelings. That promises pleasure. And the truth is, people are motivated towards pleasure. That's not a bad thing unless you don't really have it under control. And so how do you do anything that doesn't give you pleasure? How do you work up that motivation? Here's the secret to motivating yourself towards things that don't bring you any pleasure. And that secret is avoiding pain. The secret to ultimate motivation is avoiding pain. Because yes, we're motivated towards pleasure, but we're so much more motivated away from pain. I mean, it's a biological thing. Yeah, we're motivated to go find food, scavenge for it, get a good treat, some berries in the woods. And yet we were a whole lot more motivated running away from those bears in the woods, because that's survival. And we're still hardwired with that. And so the sooner you come to that realization, that acceptance, and that appreciation that we are far more motivated away from pain than we are towards pleasure, you know how to hack it. You know how to hack into your nervous system and motivate you towards the things that you wouldn't normally do on your own. Simply just focusing on that pain and the path away from it. And most people don't seem to realize that pain is a beautiful part of life. It's a motivating factor to avoid it, and yet it's something that will always be present. And the more you try to avoid pain, the more you're suppressing reality itself. Because pain is our baseline state of existence. It's our baseline experience. I mean, think about it this way. My niece, she was 5 years old, she took a sip of coffee. She said it was gross, that it tasted too much like pepper. It had too much pepper in it. Now, coffee doesn't have pepper in it, but she's never had coffee. The closest experience she's had to tasting coffee was tasting pepper. And so she made that association of coffee and pepper because that was the closest related experience she had to it. Every new experience we have is a deviation from a past experience. And what was our first ever experience? One of pain, being pulled out of our mother, screaming and crying. It's not pleasant, and yet that is our baseline existence. That was our first experience, and every experience since then has simply been a deviated relation to that pain. And so when we actually fully absorb and accept that pain that we have, we can use that to motivate us, to drive us further, to get to our goals. Because We don't want to experience pain once we've had pleasure. And yet accepting that pain is a part of reality, we can use it to our advantage. So imagine this. The next time you feel lazy, then accept that. Accept that you're not motivated. And so focus on the pain. Focus on the pain that will happen if you continue being lazy. Really absorb yourself in every negative thing that could possibly happen if you don't change, if you don't get motivated. Absorb yourself in it, and you'll see that that'll drive you away from it. Without action, it may be anxiety. But if you want to relieve that anxiety, focus on what action is needed to avoid that pain. That will drive you further and faster towards your goals than anything else. Even focusing on the pleasures of getting that goal obtained, it's nothing in comparison of focusing on the pain and how to avoid it. That is the key to your success. But that's what I think. What do you think? What are the keys to motivation, and where does pain play a part in all of this? Let me know. Let everyone else know. Comment below. In fact, if you don't want to comment about that, comment anything at all. Comment your favorite number. Comment your favorite letter. Comment anything at all, because it helps with the algorithm. It helps get this video out there, and hopefully I can make more videos that'll have the right message for people. It'll help build this platform, and you've done your part with a simple comment, like, follow, subscription, whatever's needed. Anything that you can do for your part to help me so I can produce more videos for you guys. Thank you.